Good morning, everybody. Can you see me and hear me? This one? Yeah, it is. I thought I hit live and I was asking if you guys could see me and hear me. And I was like talking and then it wasn't live. So that's how this is starting out. Thank you, Dragonfly. So just so you all know, I may need to pause this for a second at some point. I have people coming to clean up from a plumbing issue and they are over an hour late. So they're inevitably going to come at some point during this live. So I will need to pause for a minute. Probably I left them a note on the door saying to just come in and do it. So maybe they'll do that, but we shall see. Let me change this playlist 1 second. Okay. Oh, this was a good comment. Try and space your questions out so that I don't skip them. Let me get back up to 10 o'clock. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, everybody. How can I immediately pivot to increase my income before the end of the year? My main income is from online sales and eBay, and sales are really down. Knight of Cups in reverse, Page of Cups, Ace of Swords in reverse. I would say getting creative with marketing or sales or something along those lines. It feels like needing to find a new way to push things out. I'm kind of seeing like Pinterest, like you can kind of advertise on Pinterest and lead people to certain, like the boards that you create, leading people to certain places, maybe trying something along those lines. Any messages from my mom? The Hermit, Ace of Wands, Page of Swords in reverse. There's something you're fighting against yourself with here. It's almost like you want to step forward and keep holding yourself back because you don't want to have like a fear of failure or like a fear of change. Whatever it is, it'll have bigger ripple effects than you may be giving it credit for. See that owl up there? It's like your mom kind of urging you forward is kind of how I'm feeling with that. What is the outcome of me dating A? Is this a lesson or a true soulmate love? I feel like it's a lesson. It's like showing you what you do want by showing you what you're unwilling to settle for. And then it's like after you realize that you're kind of on your way, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be like a traumatic lesson. It's more of like I let go with grace type thing when it's time. Message from my spirit guide and token. Get closer. Knight of Wands, the Sun, and a banana. Why a banana? Four of Swords. Don't rush right now. It's like you're maybe feeling the urgency to like make quick changes that wouldn't be all the way thought through. There's a need for not caution, but like slow and steady wins the race in some way. I feel like it may have something to do with finances. How will the first meeting with my future spouse be? What will be his first thoughts of me? King of Cups in reverse, the Hermit, Two of Cups. I don't all the way feel ready, but I'm trying to get ready. I'm trying to show up as who I want to show up as because I feel like you're deserving of it. Not like intimidated, but like inspired to be the version of them that they know that they need to be. What is the tough decision that I'll have to make about which decision will be best? Interesting. It's kind of like making a decision that's going to break your heart but heal your soul type thing, because you don't need to be fighting other people's battles in your mind. The decision that will be best is the one that feels like you don't need to see what comes after it, right? Like one decision will be like, if I make this decision, then I'll know if I made the right decision by what comes next. The other one will be, I'm going to make this decision, and no matter what comes next, I know that I have to be heading in the right direction because I'm not heading in the wrong one type of thing. Was Isabella's intention to genuinely say hello when she tried reaching out on Saturday? Can I trust her? Oh, no. You already know this. Mm-mm. Was her intention to genuinely say hello? No. It's like this energy of trying to test the waters. I'm trying to get some kind of green light to know if I can proceed forward in something. Will my house get paid off next year? My house get paid off next year. Feels like you make major progress towards it. Ace of Cups is reversed though, so it's like not the fullness of it. It feels like you make major progress, but maybe not completely paid off. How will Thanksgiving dinner with sister go? I mean, it feels like it goes good, but there may be like either a difference of opinions in something that doesn't feel like a fight, but it just feels like maybe you're kind of, should I give my opinion on this or should I just kind of sit here and be quiet? I don't all the way want to commit to that because it's maybe opening up a can of worms. It almost feels like you're going to need to bite your tongue and you're going to be a little annoyed about it, but it's not like a big deal, I guess. More just like a frustration. Will my husband and myself get to use the med beds? Ace of Wands in reverse. I feel like something's holding it back. It may be that something needs to progress further before eligibility. With the Page of Cups, it's like something needs to still mature. I don't feel like immediately. Oh, thank you. Any messages from my guides for guidance? Any messages for my guides? You're meant to push through some kind of maybe like blockage or speed bump here. There's a need to kind of rip out the roots of something and plant it in better soil, if that makes sense. It's like the way through this barrier is a replanting of what you've already been working on. So it could be like a restructuring a business plan. It could be marketing something differently. It feels like it has something to do with like a passion or a different way to approach a talent. It could be. Does Christo have a message for Tanisha? Christo have a message. The step forward comes from disregarding what everybody else is saying or thinking and focusing solely on what's best for you. There's almost this need to be really not selfish in a bad way, but like pulled into myself right now so that I can see some kind of way forward. Message from spiritual team and token. Haha, that's funny. Oh, I can't pick it up. It says go team on it. You're saying team. Go team 23. 5. There's some kind of decision within the last week. 23 would be 5 days ago. Maybe within the last 5 days. It feels like you made some kind of decision and you're like, oh, I don't know if I made the best decision. It was a test of, are you going to trust yourself with what feels like a more difficult decision? I guess this could be coming up in the next 5 days, but just because it feels uncomfortable doesn't mean it's the wrong decision. It's like an out of my comfort zone decision to show you that you can trust yourself type of thing. Oh, wait, this is not a members only live. This is a subscribers live. Wait, do I have the right settings? Hold on a second. 1 second. I hope I do. Subscribers. Okay. Ooh. Scared myself. Okay. Let me go to this list for a minute. Will my spell on D work? Will my spell on D work? Not at this time, it feels, because they're dealing with some kind of karma. It's like something else is already in this person's orbit that they need to deal with before there's space for that. So maybe they're clearing karma so that can come in, or like they just are in the middle of a lesson. It feels like it may in time, but they're dealing with something else first. Do you see my son moving back to Colorado from North Carolina? I feel like not at this time. There's it feels like it would put me in too much of a financial rut, or there's less financial opportunities, and that's a big factor right now. I would say not at this time. Message from my mom and a song. I'll Follow the Sun by the Beatles is the song. There's this feeling of like someone who's not hearing you or someone who's not seeing you. And it feels like it's kind of getting to you in some way, feeling unseen, feeling unheard. It's triggering like a deeper wound. It's not really that you're feeling intensely about this situation. It's what it's triggering. And there's this need to kind of focus on something fun, or like get your mind distracted when you start to focus on that. Is my daughter going to leave her toxic relationship soon? And how does she really feel about G? I don't feel like soon, no. This is kind of giving like I'm not really seeing the reality of it. I'm still in wishful thinking, or I'm still in like a type of a fantasy type energy. It's almost like I'm avoiding the problem and not talking about it because that makes me feel like it may go away type thing. I decided on no hoverboard go-karts. How about electric scooters? Oh, okay, I remember saying no to that one. Electric scooters. One of the kids like clumsy sometimes or something. Like, what is this Ace of Wands? It's almost like this is another thing where you're going to be like, man, I kind of wish I didn't do that. It's better than the other option if you're going to choose between two, but it's almost like look before you leap. Don't make that decision yet. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Do you live on like a busy street or something? I don't know what that could be. I keep getting a no. Maybe there's something they'd like better, like for the winter, I guess. I don't know. I keep getting a no on these wheeled things. I have my podcast draft. I'm planned to go. We'll record and post every Sunday. Any messages from guides or ancestors about this? TikTok's the worst with that. I report them all the time and they don't do anything, unfortunately. There is a way to do it, but they don't really listen to it, unfortunately. Podcast draft, plan to go. We'll record and post every Sunday. It's like needing to bridge two things together. Almost like two topics that are going to be separate. If you could do kind of like a mix between the two, or maybe like do an episode and then bridge from that episode into the next, like kind of connect them is kind of what I'm seeing there. A way to bring it in more cohesively seems to be the guidance there. All right, let me go to this list. Any guidance on my abandonment wounds? Any guidance on my abandonment wounds? There's this feeling of it being connected to like a throat chakra imbalance, like needing to express, needing to release. When you start to see that you're like worthy of taking up space, you are putting yourself kind of out there in a more bold way. It's going to show you that you're not abandoning yourself by keeping yourself small. So I guess I'd say stepping outside of your comfort zone socially is going to help you say, I'm showing up as me, regardless of how other people may perceive that. Any messages from my mom? It's okay to be up and down with your emotions. It's okay to let yourself feel it. It feels like right now, this time of the year is a little bit difficult, and it feels like you're fighting yourself about which emotions are right and which are not. It feels like the message is like, it's okay that certain time has passed and you still feel triggered by certain emotions, certain time of the year. Um, give yourself grace. It feels like you're being really hard on yourself right now with that Five of Swords. The River of Dreams by Billy Joel. I'm feeling called to show you that. I don't know if it means something. Should I move out of state? And any message from my mom? Should I move out of state? I feel like right now it's going to create too much of an issue. I don't know if it's the timing or if it's where you're planning on going. I would say reconsider before making that change. It feels like there's some kind of change you want. It feels like the guy slowly start to figure out what all of the issues are right now that are making you feel like you need change, and it's almost like there's too much jumble, needing to kind of organize everything. Not that you shouldn't, but I say don't jump into anything right now. Any message from spirit guides and a song? Sometimes you're protected from not saying too much or not giving away what you know or how you know it, or like this feeling of like divine hand over your mouth. It feels like there's something that you wanted to say that was held back, and that was for your protection. A Closeness by Dermont Kennedy is the song. What does my father think about how I handle things leading up to and after his death? There's this feeling of you dealing with a lot in private that you weren't showing, and he's acknowledging, I guess, how to give yourself credit for exactly how much you were taking on, that you were strong externally for other people. There's this feeling of like something in how you handled it has helped you to find the way back to yourself, or like remember something about yourself that you felt like you had lost. Is my mom leaving water on my sister's floor? She passed away. Four of Cups in reverse. Look at all the cups dumping out, and then the Hanged Man is moving forward with something. Eight of Cups in reverse. I'm not walking away. The World. I'm trying. The water means something specifically. I would say it's a sign from her that has a specific reference. Will this job work out for me? Will this job work out for me? I don't think it's going to be your permanent job. I feel like there's something about it you're not going to like too much that feels to be misrepresented. I feel like you may know what this is, or you'll know kind of quickly what this is. I feel like it's a transitionary type position. I want to reach out to my old friend Deb C, but I'm afraid it's going to be one-sided. It feels like you already kind of know what to expect, and there's a reason for that. I do feel like you're seeing the situation clearly, because this person is kind of dealing with something else and may not have the energy to put into building that connection right now. Is my brother's girlfriend as dangerous as I think she is? We do have to watch out. What do we have to watch out for? What can we do? Her making him start to slowly retreat and lose his own voice, or like I stop standing up for myself. I start accepting cycles of like using my own life against me, using my own words against me. 3 of Cups in reverse, 9 of Pentacles. I would say when he starts to feel like he's just not speaking the same type of language as he used to, it feels like that's when you'll be able to know it's really starting to affect him. Message from my higher self. Message from my higher self. Whatever opportunity fell apart, or whatever, it's almost like you've had 2 choices and now one of them seems to not be an option anymore. It's freeing you from some kind of complacency. So it's going to be difficult for a period of time so that there's more options going forward. Message from guides, song token. Change by NF is the song. I'm addicted to the pain. The moon, the Queen of Cups, 6 of Cups. I would say there's some kind of shadow wound. This may be a mother wound. This may be a lack of nurture wound. It feels like coming to the surface for you to be aware of so that you can release it in a different way than you released it last time it came to the surface. It's almost like this is what frees you up to start the new year differently, if that makes sense. Any loved ones have a message? Sometimes we need to lose our way to realize or remember that we're the one that's in control of our choices, and how we may give our power away to other people subconsciously. So there's this energy of like taking back your power in that way. Anything from my spirit guides? There's some kind of you seeing your worth or your value is causing either a new relationship to come in or some kind of positive change in an existing one. It's a reflection of how you're learning to love yourself. Go to this list. What's in store for me for the rest of the year and a token? The sewing thimble. Sewing thimble. You're weaving together some kind of wound that was presenting as a money wound. So it's like you're freeing yourself from a self-limiting belief that was causing you to fight against yourself when it comes to some kind of new opportunity. So it feels like you're going to soon realize how you can take some kind of step forward in career, stability, finances. Will my love life improve next year? It was very uneventful this year. It feels like you're going to have a major lesson this upcoming year. It will be more eventful, but it doesn't mean that you're finding your forever person. I do feel like you're going to have a relationship, but it might not end great. Any messages from my spirit team? There's some kind of delay here that it's almost like you built up certain walls around yourself that needed to fall. So the delay is causing the frustration for you to break through the walls. I would say there's a need to be patient with how things are unfolding right now. It may feel a little bit more rocky before it starts to flow. Any messages from my mom? Oh, I did that one. Thank you for everything. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Linda. Where's that other deck? Oh. The only way to win with a toxic person is not to play. I would also say be very mindful right now of maybe the way that you are kind of being a little bit hard on yourself when it comes to how quickly you're processing certain emotions. Give yourself the grace, give yourself the time. And do two more and then back to the other list. Is Josh officially done with me? He got back together with an old flame, and I'm not sure if I should move on. I would say yes. It's time for you to move forward. The world is a completion of a cycle. The Emperor in reverse, Wands in reverse is like there's some bit of like maybe him feeling restricted and him making choices now that don't in his mind restrict him. I would say it's time to move forward. Yes. Should I see my family for Christmas or stay in London? Should I see my family for Christmas or stay in London? I would say it could go either way. For some reason, I'm feeling called to say it may be better for this year to stay in London, although I don't, depending on the situation, it feels like there's something that can't be trusted. I don't know if it's like your emotions or them to not be a certain way. It's like it would be easier for you to stay home, but if you feel like maybe being either triggered or uncomfortable, if that's like something you feel like you can handle right now, feels like if you can't, then stay home. Is third time the charm? Is third time the charm? Yes and no. Some ways gets better, some ways loses ground. Some ways gets better, some ways loses ground. If this is a relationship and you're saying, will there be a third party again? Probably not. But there may still be other issues. So translate that into what field this is. It feels like there's a need to choose yourself or consider what it would look like for you to really choose yourself. Why do my two grown daughters not speak to each other? Because when they speak to one another, they trigger the shaking of one another's foundation. It's kind of giving like, what to say to get under my skin, and then you act like you don't know that you're doing that from both sides, and it feels like it's easier for them to just avoid conversation. Any money coming my way soon? I feel like you're working through a money wound right now, self-worth, self-concept. It feels like you needing to commit to the mindset that would align with you feeling worthy and deserving of that. I don't feel like it's going to be as soon as you'd like, though, for it to come in now. Was Hannah being abused by her father? Pretty sure this is the true crime one I did yesterday, right? Was Hannah being abused by her father? It's tricky. There's something going on. There's something going on that he was worried about coming out. Some kind of manipulation of sorts. I'd have to look more into that, though. Will I have another child? If so, when and what gender? Not that you can't, but I don't see things coming together in that way right now. It's kind of giving like needing to get ducks in a row type of thing, whether that's in the context of your relationship or in the context of life. It's not that it's not possible, it just feels like you're not on the path to do that at this moment. What did Joe really think of me? How do I let go of Joe? What did Joe really think of you? It feels like Joe may have believed that you kind of struggled with like self-worth because of certain wounds that you maybe it almost feels like psychoanalyzing you, like psychoanalyzing you, but through their own projections that they're not ready to face. It's very kind of like convoluted in a way. I would take this with a grain of salt. It feels like this person's projecting their wounds onto you because they're seeing certain similarities in how they may handle things. I would say letting go of this person relies in knowing that what you saw at the end of the relationship is who they really are. Does my partner care about me? My partner care about me? Yes, they just don't know how to show it. It's like either it's someone who feels like they need to be in a receiving mode in order to be in control. It's like I care about you, I just don't know how to let you know that type of thing. Message and a song for clarity. Stranger Things by Kygo is the song. Stranger Things. It feels like you're feeling like a wallflower right now, or you're feeling like you're being forced into observer mode or into this period of like rest that you don't really want. For some reason, this is necessary for what comes next. It feels like your social circle is being upgraded in a way, or maybe your social life being upgraded in a way. It's like the calm before that. My married son has completely cut me off, even my granddaughter. Will we reconcile or what to do? My married son. It feels like he's the one that's in control of this decision to where he's trying to avoid some kind of conflict that he feels if I talk to you, I need to say this and a conflict, so I needed to pull back. Um, I feel like there may be eventual reconciliation after something else that he's dealing with in his life passes. It's almost like I can't deal with this stress right now because I'm not going to be able to handle that calmly. So maybe when that kind of eases up, he'll be able to have space for a conversation. Will this judge finally grant my great grandson's identity? Finally grant my great grandson's identity. Grant. Taking action to end a cycle of feeling like I need to be on defense. I would lean more towards yes. There may be like some additional step though, because King of Wands is action. So maybe there's another step needed before it's final. I am going to turn off super chats so I can make sure I get to all of them. Uh-oh. Oh no, now let's move this. Hold on a second. Married son. Message from my brother. 6 of Cups is 2 children. The devil and death. There's some like cycle of thought that you keep putting yourself on. It feels like a coulda, shoulda, woulda type of thing. And he's encouraging you to let it blow past you. There's also maybe something that feels like you left unsaid and he hears you because you've said it, right? So there's this feeling of like taking the other path of thought when you start to kind of cycle through this. It's almost like you've advanced through a certain stage of grief, and then every once in a while you'll get back in it, and then you'll get frustrated with yourself. I feel like it's anger. When you get pulled back into anger, it feels to restart the cycle of grief. And he's like, no, you just pick back up where you left off. You don't need to go back through the whole cycle type of thing. What are Maria's spiritual gifts, and how could she develop them more? The gift of perception plus pattern recognition. So I recognize these patterns. I recognize that this exists at the same time as this, or what have you. I'm able to sit and think about that and receive spiritual information that would help it make sense. So like, I put together spiritual puzzles and get confirmation on the puzzles once I put them in place, type of thing. What's in store for me for the new year? What's in store for me for the new year? You're going to start to realize where you have too much energy or money or whatever going out and not enough coming in. It's like, what's in store for you in the new year is you're starting to kind of be more organized in life in general, so that you can see where you may be standing in your own way in some ways. Will I be successful in my singing passion? It's going to start to move forward. It's not going to jump to where you want it to be. It's going to take a lot of, it almost feels like there's additional like vocal training or like pitch something or other. Like they're almost like, think outside of the box and what can give you the advantage to get it to where you want it to be. There is a new beginning here, but the Chariot's reverse. So it's like it goes, but it could go more with additional like specialized something. I don't know, like thinking outside of the box in terms of what different you could bring to the table. Trying to go down the list, see if there's anyone I didn't get. Did my grandfather kill himself or was he murdered? My grandfather killed himself or was he murdered? So I was leaning more towards murdered, and then I said, give me a card that would show the situation, and I want some kind of conflict, some kind of battle between two people, some kind of battle between two people. Someone that can't be trusted. I do feel like someone else played a hand in this. I don't feel like it's as cut and dry as it may look, or someone may want it to look. I don't feel like it's that cut and dry. I've had what feels like a dark cloud following me since 2018. Will things get better for me in 2025? 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 7. Not as much as you'd like. I do feel like you're still going through this death and rebirth, and there's something that you're fighting against yourself with facing directly. I don't know if this is a mother wound directly, or it's some way in which it's like you've taken off all the layers to get to the root, and then once you get to the root, you're like, I don't know if I want to address that. I don't know if I want to go to that part. That needs to be addressed, so you stop with the external blockages of some sort. It feels like it's your version of like your original wound, whether that's abandonment or something like that. Which ways are you potentially abandoning yourself would be the solution, or reversing whatever the wound is. I feel like not, you can work towards it, but 2025 is still going to be a little bit difficult. Are Kevin and Holly karmically connected? Does Spirit have a message for us to understand our connection? Yes, there's a major karmic lesson that needs to be wrapped up here. It's like being thrown into a lesson that in the past you always missed the target. So, like, whether that's choosing yourself, whether that's not avoiding certain conversations, whether that's attachment style, like, it's like you've experienced this similar lesson, but this is the time you break the cycle of it. And it almost may feel like you're not ready to break that cycle of it, but like this is the perfect person for each other to help you break the cycle of it, if that makes sense. What's my guidance for the remaining of 2024? Don't let other people that you're connected throw you out of balance. I feel like this has something to do with the holidays. 10 of Cups can be family. It's almost like don't get yourself into the energy of comparison, like you comparing yourself to where others expect you to be or to where you feel like they think you should be. There's this energy of like a test of your patience with yourself so that progress can be made in the beginning of the next year. Does R need psychiatric help? So the Eight of Pentacles can be being committed to something, and you're saying that kind of help. Six of Pentacles in reverse is like a one-way street. So like the King of Swords is authority. So it may be something that this person does not want, but with Temperance in reverse, there is some kind of imbalance here that there would be something that could help them that they're not really wanting to jump into. So there's avoidance of them wanting it, but likelihood of them needing it. Why is my mom so toxic? Will she ever change? I was never really taught how to love myself. So when I see either the opposite of that or that in other people, I bring that down to size to make myself not feel inadequate when it comes to myself. It's almost like I struggle to know myself. So I study other people, and in doing that, I judge them harshly because I'm angry at myself for feeling like I don't have what they have. Um, can she change? Yes, it's going to require shadow work. Will my income increase significantly within the next 3 or 4 months? I would say you're going on a journey to get there, but I feel like something's holding it back from happening in that time frame. I almost feel like not at this, not like you want it to. No, it's going to be a longer journey than that. Is how I'd word it. Are my finances going to change in the near future? My finances going to change in the near future. Near future, no. Future, yes. There's something that you're being called to build, almost like using a talent or a skill you have in a more bold way is what gets you there. What would my mom say to me now, knowing I still stay home even after she passed, like I am caring for her? She doesn't want you to miss out on life. The Hermit reversed is like, get out of hermit mode. Allow yourself to go enjoy life because you deserve to. Four of Cups is a card about being disappointed. She doesn't want you to look back and feel like you've missed out on doing things because of the grief. Four of Swords in reverse is quite literally like, get out, go do something, allow yourself to feel alive again. I'm in the song. Flying Without Wings by Ruben Studdard is the song. Oh, and you have Hope Floats, Flying Without Wings. Any guidance regarding starting a new YouTube and or TikTok to where I share videos, spiritual healing guidance? Do it. Start with your death and rebirth. Start with the part that it's almost like that will get you over any stage fright because you're like, okay, I just dove right into it. And also with TikTok accounts, your first few videos, your first one specifically, if it's a new account, is more likely to get pushed out so they can see how you do. So start with, the nitty gritty type of stuff, it feels. My dog is ill and I feel lost. I want to do my best for him. Treatments. Should I move country and should I move back to my home country? Found a flat share, but not sure if good idea. I mean, if it's going to cause you a large financial burden to do that, I would say there's other options. If you are able to afford it, and if you have something lined up already there to make more money with the Eight of Pentacles, I would say if it's feasible to do, it's going to help alleviate stress in some way in addition to the dog. But if it's just going to burden you more, I would say don't add more stress to your plate right now. You already have enough. Why can't I remember a lot of my childhood? Your brain erased it right away so that it could protect you. There's this feeling of like not feeling emotionally safe all the way, but not knowing how to process those emotions and hyper focusing on them. So your brain was like, okay, I'm going to put these over here so that you can still live and be a child type of thing. It almost feels like, what is that word? Heavy disassociation at those moments, which is why it's hard to remember it now. My husband, a message from his brother. My husband, a message from his brother. There's some kind of apology coming through. Almost like should have said it to you then, gonna say it to you now since I got a hold of you anyway. Almost like either like a you were right or something to that effect. That there's this energy of like a goofy, like I push you on the shoulder and I'm like, all right, there's your apology, or all right, you were right type of thing. As a message of like release type of thing for this time of the year, if that makes sense. Let me get a song. Daydream Believer by the Monkees. It's like this message of, aha, you didn't really think I'd come through, did you? Or did you? Type of thing. Has my dad and mom finally found each other through the veil? Every little thing she does is magic by the Police. I feel like your dad went first. Well, either way, one of them was waiting for the other. Every little thing she does is magic by the police is making me think of like this joking type of relationship, like this like lighthearted relationship, like, oh, you're under arrest, you're here now type of thing. I got you now. Yes. Oh, let me go to some of these. Thank you. Oh, I'm knocking everything over. Let me pull one of these for you. I moved it again. Tears are proof that emotions become physical. And I kept moving the camera. Releasing the emotions surrounding something is going to help give you clarity. And my nose was itchy too. It's almost like there's some kind of information coming in for you. What will happen with my job? What will happen with my job? Feels like there's some taking back of something. I don't know if it's the job completely or if it's like hours or something like that, or some kind of, I thought I was going to move forward and now there's a lack of opportunity to. It almost feels like someone making a choice on your behalf that you're like, I wish that you didn't make that choice type of thing. How to get ahead when it comes to my job. Are they even noticing how hard I work? Coming up with some kind of creative solution that other people have tried to come up with a creative solution for and weren't able to get it to actually work. Are they seeing how hard you work? Yes, but it's like, I don't want to acknowledge that. Maybe it's like you deserve a raise, but if we acknowledge that you're doing good, then we feel like we have to give you one, and we're not trying to do that type of thing. Message from my guides. It's better to not have the last word. Sometimes it's better to not have the last word. You got to keep something private. Truth. Two of Wands. You're going to be called to take the higher road. This could be something around holidays. It feels, I'm almost getting like Friendsgiving vibes, or maybe it's Thanksgiving. You're going to be guided to take the higher road. You'll see why immediately after you choose to take the higher road, if that makes sense. Maria is working on her own counseling business and doing contract work where her finances turn around soon. She feels like she's missing something. Self-limiting belief. It's almost like I'm manifesting my own blockage as a means to show me where there's a hidden self-limiting belief. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It could be where finances turn around soon. It could be a money wound here. Magician in reverse. It's like needing to use my talents in a different way. Not like a different way, but like a bolder way, or like a more confident way. It's like as I start to alleviate the root behind the money wound, so self-worth or self-concept, then I alleviate the external blockage. Message for you. One path had to end so the other one could begin. Your new life is going to cost you your old life. There's this feeling of you feeling like you're blocked from something, but that was so that you didn't just encounter a blockage a few feet ahead. There's a need to trust the path that you're on right now. Surfing USA is the song that was on too. Like going with the flow. I'm going to do one more and then go back to the other list. Please remember, super chats are closed now. Any messages for my sister and I from our parents? First holidays without them both in a song. Listen to the Music by the Doobie Brothers is the song. I feel like it may be helpful if one of you makes some kind of playlist to kind of either get messages from them or to like bring you back to okay if you kind of feel like you're being very emotionally pulled in different directions. Sun, Page of Wands, Chariot in reverse. There's some kind of gathering they're going to make their presence known for here. I'm kind of being drawn to the beginning of last spring, some significance in the beginning of last spring. It's like we're showing up in the same way type of thing, or like a memory from then will kind of bring comfort. There's this feeling of just needing to really, with the Sun, like lean on one another right now. Don't be hesitant to be emotional, but don't drown in it either. Like give yourself the grace. Any messages for my sister and I from our parents? This is like not just me, this is healing, and this is out of balance. It feels like one person is going to really need to lean on the other person, and that's okay. It's almost like this energy of like, that's what family's for. The Emperor, Six of Wands in reverse. It's almost this feeling of like, I feel like it's your sister that's going to need your support. And it's like she won't say it, you'll feel it. And it's okay to kind of let yourself be vulnerable with one another in those moments. Trust your ability to read each other without realizing how you're getting that information. Where am I on this list? I received a message from my dad who passed away saying my judgment won't about the burglary. Is this true, or is this my son's girlfriend trying to trick me? No, I feel like you were right the first time. It's not that your dad is tricking you or anything like that. It may just be that you misinterpreted the signs in some way and didn't realize that was happening until you put the whole message together. It almost feels like a slippery slope. Like I put one foot on and then I go with the whole message and it goes fast and I don't realize. I feel like you're right about the burglary. I don't feel like what you received was being interpreted correctly. Trying to see if there's anyone I didn't get at all. Dog, I did that one. Any messages from my guides? You're getting an opportunity to make progress in some kind of persistent thing that was holding you back, but it's like graduating from a lesson that you don't have to repeat again. So whatever was holding you back, it's like you're done with that now. It's in the past now. Now you can build instead of like one step forward, two steps back type energy. My elderly aunt's health. She's on dialysis and declining. Do you see anything about her time left? I don't know if I should say this, but the song just said, I know the end is coming soon. But it feels like not as soon as you think. I feel like you have more time than you think, worst case scenario, but I feel like you'll know when the end is coming near because there's going to be some kind of action they try to take that just doesn't have any effect. Like, it doesn't have negative effects. It's like we give a treatment and it looks like we didn't even give a treatment type thing. That's when you're going to that's your warning of when it's coming quickly. Message from my guides and a song. Message and a song. So I was going to go to the other playlist, but Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye seems to be the song. It's like there's something they're trying to get through to you, and they're going to keep trying to get it through to you until you understand the entirety of the message. It's like you've gotten bits and pieces of it, kind of like how your little picture is there. It's like you need to put all the strings together to create a whole picture. There's a need to kind of trust the process here. It's being revealed as you're getting experiences that would help you understand it. Who are my spirit guides, and do they have a message? What is not working out for you right now is really working out for you. It feels like it almost feels like you're being kind of held back from some kind of disaster up ahead, and then you'll move forward after the disaster is cleared. It's like you not getting wrapped up in someone else's karma or someone else's you not getting thrown into someone else's mess in some way. So it's like you're being held back until the path ahead is clear. um it almost feels like this has something to do with some kind of like lasting mindset change or some kind of lasting finance change. It's like it's coming, it's just needing to be patient. How does my Aunt Gracie feel about my mom and me? How will Thanksgiving play out? I don't want to talk about certain things, or I'm trying to avoid certain subjects because I feel like you can see what my real reactions mean. Like you can read me, and I don't really like that type of thing. So when I'm hesitant to talk about certain things, it's because I feel like you'll hear what I'm not saying, type of thing. So I guess I would say intuitive. How will Thanksgiving play out? I would kind of say uneventful in a way, like it's going to be just kind of even keeled, is how it feels. Let me go to this list. I'm going to try and finish these really quick, and then I'm going to hop back to the other list. Because I do have to go at like 11:30 to pick up Gavin from school. He's a half day. I had a daydream nightmare where I saw the potential accident involvement with a car. Is that the energy possible scenario you're picking up on? Hoverboard scooter. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that could be it. It's like protection, children, something you'd be disappointed in. I feel like that came out in the first pool too. It's like you'll wish you didn't. I would say I just maybe that's kind of why right now it just feels like there's a better option. Is my dad okay with the way my sister has handled things so far? One's is reversed. There's like this feeling of maybe it could have been easier for her if things were able to happen a little bit more quickly, but it was kind of out of her control. She did what she could, type of thing. It feels like moving forward, there's going to be better ways to handle certain things that weren't able to be seen back then. So like you did the best that you could with what you had, but I'm also recognizing that certain things were difficult because of timing that was out of your control. The Joker by Steve Miller Band is the song. How can I create a deeper friendship with Alex? How can I create a deeper friendship with Alex? Maybe kind of inviting this person to certain social things more last minute. Like, okay, if you're available, let's go do this. Feels like when this person has to sit and think about plans, they maybe talk themselves out of it. And it may be more comfortable for this person to kind of be one-on-one in more of a public setting. Like, we're together, but there's also other people around, and I didn't have too much time to talk myself out of these plans type of thing. It'll be 5 months tomorrow losing my dad. Does he have a message or song for my mom? She's lost. Message or song for your mom. Homeward Bound by Simon and Garfunkel. Sitting in the railway station, destination. I wish I was homeward bound, home where my thoughts are skipping, home where the music's playing, home where my love lies waiting silently for me. When she talks to him, he hears her. There's this feeling of her wanting to reach out. It may be helpful for her to kind of write down what she would like to say to him. That way she'll know that he can see it or hear it. It feels like there's like this need for her to express. There's also this feeling of him kind of showing up and trying to talk to her through music, but maybe she's not realizing, or maybe she's feeling like, okay, that's just a coincidence type of thing. It's like, where you're looking for me, you will find me. I am always there. I'm in hermit mode again, at odds with myself. What is this about? It's kind of making me feel like your guides are trying to force you to get sick and tired of being sick and tired of certain things that need change, but maybe you're not recognizing how big of an impact those changes would have because they seem like small changes. This could be mindset, this could be routine, this could be something in your day to day. It's like your guides are trying to get you to realize where you're subconsciously blocking yourself from joy. I have 3 more here, and then I'm going back to the other list. How many siblings do I actually have? The Star in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. 9 of Swords in reverse. 17. And 9 is 6. The Knight is 11. 6, 11 would be 4. I don't know if this is saying 4 total or up to 4 that you don't know about. It feels like there is some that you don't know about here, though. Because the Star's reverse, it's like not public knowledge. Knight of Wands reverse, not as many as you're thinking, though. 9 of Swords in reverse, there is still something hidden. I don't know if I'm seeing 4 total or up to 4 that you don't know about, but it doesn't feel like as many as what you may have been thinking, if that makes sense. All right. Where am I? Will my nephews fix whatever the issue is between them and start talking again? It's breaking my sister's heart. It's kind of giving each of them are very set in thinking that they are right. And it's like, well, I have the proof that I'm right. Well, I have the proof that I'm right. It does feel like they're aware that this is hurting her. And I feel like that may be what pushes them to be like, okay, let's talk. But it feels like that's going to be some time. Yeah, 3 of Wands on the bottom of the deck waiting for something. I feel like it's going to be some time. Was the dream I had of my grandma hugging me and then feeling like I couldn't breathe as I was waking up real? I'm offering you love in a way you didn't expect. Hugging me and then feeling like I couldn't breathe as I was waking up real. Would there be something of her, almost like the not being able to breathe was like an energetic signature? It's like, sorry for the discomfort, but I just want to let you know it was me type thing. Like, is there some kind of difficulty breathing towards, it's like an energy signature of sorts. So yes, message from Matt and his state of mind. Matt's state of mind. Matt's state of mind. I'm cycling back through memories that I was at odds with myself about so I can find the way back to myself. There's some kind of tower moment involved or some kind of fear involved. I'm addressing fears to find my way back to myself. Is Greg going to apologize to his parents? Is Greg going to apologize to his parents? It's kind of giving like if I need something, I may do like an insincere apology because I'm not feeling like I'm wrong enough to apologize yet. I'm still not realizing how I'm affecting other people. So I may apologize insincerely if it's for my benefit, but a sincere apology is going to take some time. It's like I need to actually see the consequences of my choices, and I'm not seeing that yet. Go or no show. Go or no show. Go, no show. There's something that you're like, if I go, I just don't feel like dealing with this, or I don't feel like dealing with them. You're going to have to deal with whatever that is if you do go. If you don't go, you'll be at ease and you'll have more time to do something else that you would like to do. But I also feel like there's something that you're like, oh, I might miss out on this if I don't go. I'm leaning more towards don't go, though. Should I try posting videos of me? I never post myself, or should I focus on something else? I feel like something else will help you build up the foundation into where you're confident to do that. So not that you shouldn't, but I feel like getting comfortable with the content of you before doing it that way. Like building up to it is kind of the energy. Will our home renovations ever get done? Will our home renovations ever get done? You will come to an eventual stopping point, but it doesn't feel like it's as quickly as you'd like because there's things that are out of your control to be causing things to not line up properly. Yes, you'll eventually reach a stopping point, but not as soon as you would like to. Mm-hmm. 1 second. Have I chosen the right editor? Have I chosen the right editor? It's almost like this particular editor has a blind spot. Feels like there's something they're missing. I would say maybe double check their work and see if you can pick up on something and then be like, hey, sentences like this actually need a comma or something like that. Like, it's like if you correct them once, they'll take action, but they may have a blind spot. Should M be living in another city or state to maximize her overall happiness and health? Yeah, this is giving like go and don't look back. The more opportunity could be in alignment in another location because of the self-limiting beliefs attached to the current location no longer being there. Are my husband and daughter together in the afterlife? I'm a Believer by the Monkees. 2006 may be significant. Yes. One was there waiting for the other. One was there waiting for the other. Oh, it's a little fairy. One was waiting for the other. Your husband was probably waiting for your daughter. Will my husband and I be okay? Will my husband and I be okay? Feels like there's some kind of new beginning coming to both of you. Nine of Pentacles in reverse is like, I experienced something in my life that makes me ready for a new beginning. You experience something in your life that makes you ready for a new beginning. And then we join together in said new beginning. I feel like yes. Should I move and file for divorce? Should I move and file for divorce? Is the moving part going to be too much on your plate right now? Is there, unless you're just saying move out of the house. If you're saying move to like another state or something, I feel like that's putting too much on your plate right now. If you're just saying get away from this person, I would say it's looking like the best option is for the two of you to at very least separate. Once you're not immediately next to this person, you're going to realize how much they're affecting your energy and your decision will be clear. Is R to be trusted in my life and my son's life? Even the song goes with this. It's Outnumbered by Dermont Kennedy. I would say no. It's like this person doesn't bring out the best in you. Or this person keeps you from being in alignment with yourself. It's like you're constantly thinking about what's going to be said or what needs to be talked about or what's being said maybe behind your back. I feel like this person brings a lot of stress. How will the party go on Saturday? How will the party go on Saturday? Feels like you're spending, it feels like you're spending a lot of time talking to one person. And Lovers is reversed. So I don't know if you're kind of like, man, I wish this person would stop talking so much so I could go talk to other people. It kind of feels like maybe that may be a situation. You may be kind of cornered into hearing someone's entire life story, but it feels like it goes well. Is my partner and me be together? Is my partner and me meant to be together? Feels like there's a lesson here in learning how to not give your power away to other people or not put other people on a pedestal at the expense of yourself. it does feel like there's going to be this eventual either changing of direction or deciding that the paths have kind of come to a conclusion. It feels like you are meant to be together right now, though. There's an important lesson to learn. And it could be that you learn that lesson and end up staying together, or it could be that that lesson pulls you apart from one another. A message from my husband's father that passed. Husband's father. Changes by David Bowie. 2015 may be significant. Changes by David Bowie, my husband's father that passed. It's like your husband has built a foundation on all of the sticks and stones that were thrown at him. So there's this energy of like, oh, you don't think I can do it? Just watch. And that really feels like a passed down energy from his father to him. So there's this feeling of like, I see you. I see what you did there. Good job. Like you took the changes and you rolled with the punches type of thing. Is that the quote? You rolled with the punches? Doesn't sound right. Rolled with the punches. What can I expect from inviting FS to dinner on Thursday and a song? Did I just pause? Why is Ten of Swords here? It's almost like you're going to see this person's wound, and it's going to help put something in place for you. So like, I understand something now not related to you because of realizing how this wound shows up in people, if that makes sense. It's like an unspoken thing. Stand by Rascal Flatts is the song. 2020 may be significant. Oh no, this moved. Hold on. What will my December be like? I'm going to stay on for 8 more minutes, then I have to go collect my child from school. He has a half day. What will my December be like? Healing, because you're finally taking back your power in your mind. It's like you had this fishing line out to see if you could reel in some kind of like big fish type thing, and you're finally realizing that you don't need to do that, that whatever you thought you needed externally, you're finding internally. I would say it's mentally healing, because you're realizing you don't need what you thought you needed in order to move forward, whether that's proof of something, whether that's someone's approval, whether that's someone, it's like you don't need it, you found it within type of thing. Did something happen to me when I was getting taken care of by a family member? My mind has blocked a lot of my childhood. I feel like someone at one point was working hard to get other people about finding out from some kind of accident. It almost feels like then there's other things that happen to block the accident. I'm offering, it's like look over here, not over there type thing. I would lean towards yes, but it feels like something that wasn't intended, but then other things happen to cover up for that said unintended thing. Sorry, I'm trying to see if there's any names I didn't get to at all yet. 1 second. Message from my grandma Hilda. I feel her around me a lot lately. Get You to the Moon by Kina and Snow. Get You to the Moon. She's around you a lot because she's trying to help you complete some kind of cycle here. Judging yourself too harshly for having emotions. Like, she's around you because you're allowing yourself to feel now, and she's like, look, as you feel, I can show up more for you. I can help, like, be your like angel on the shoulder type energy. The increase of her is a sign of your increased healing internally, so it's almost like a graduation present of sorts. Is my dad planning on visiting me for Christmas? Is my dad planning on visiting me for Christmas? I wouldn't hold your breath about it, is how I'd word this. It's kind of giving like, if things fall into place and I'm just happen to kind of be there, unless this person has passed. If this person has passed, there's this energy of like needing to look for them in the quiet moments and not when everything is hustling and bustling. I tend to believe this person hasn't passed though. So I would say not to hold your breath for it if that's the case. Any message for the weekend? Any message for the weekend? Be very mindful of the work that you've been doing to get your mind off of one track and onto another. It feels like there's this pulling this weekend to see if it can pull you back onto the other track that wasn't serving you. Don't look, 2 doors. It's your choice of which door. One has light behind it, one is shut. You already shut that door. Don't go back in. Don't go back down on the hamster wheel of thought that wasn't serving you. It was affecting you physically because of the anxiety. You've gotten yourself off of that track. Stay off of that track. Why am I struggling so much with my son, Jackson, and how can I help him? Does he need to be evaluated? I would say it feels like a problem that, not a problem, but it feels like something that you could use some help with. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords on either side of death. It's like you've tried to create the changes and nothing's changing. You've changed what you could, and now it's time to try the other path. It feels like a problem that's bigger than you is how I'd word that. It feels like they'd be able to help you find the solution in a way that maybe you wouldn't be able to see. Message from my guides. Message from my guides. Kind of feels like there's a fear of yours being realized so that you can face it. Almost like a situation has been building up to where you can say, oh, there's a fear here that's keeping me stuck in this cycle or keeping me from moving forward. It's like a situation where you're going to come face to face with yourself so that you can make some kind of change. How will my first what not show go? A slow build, like if you're saying first, I feel like you're intending for there to be more than one. So this is like, I'm learning what works and what doesn't, or I'm learning what I like about it and what I don't, so that I can make adjustments going forward. It's like diligence type thing. Like I'm learning, overcoming a learning curve, perhaps. I'm gonna do about 5-ish more, and then I have to go get off. Is the December visit going to be the last visit I have with my mom? Is the December visit going to be the last visit I have with my mom? I would say prepare for it like it is. It's almost like there's some kind of action that's going to be taken after the visit that's going to determine if there's another one or not, if that makes sense. And that could kind of go either way, but I would say to prepare as if it may be. I lean more towards it's not, but there's a need to prepare in case it is. Is Jesse worth investing in long term? No, it feels like Jesse's a lesson in not giving your power away, or a lesson in how other people can affect the way that you view yourself. Doesn't give long-term vibes, no. Message from my higher self. Message from my higher self. The worst of whatever battle you were just in is behind you. Now it's time to integrate what you learned from facing the fear. The step forward lies in not looking back and pulling yourself back that way subconsciously. Like, keep facing forward and attach yourself to some kind of project or some kind of goal so that you continue to face forward. Don't look back. You're not going that way is the message. Did I learn my lesson, or am I still doing the same mistakes? Did I learn my lesson, or am I still doing the same mistakes? It's not that you didn't learn your lesson. It's that you're being presented with options or opportunities or temptations to see how much did you learn. It's almost like you learned the lesson. So now whatever was the lesson was about, it's appearing in disguise to see if you can still see it. So let's say it's fear of failure. It's almost like fear of failure is now wearing a Halloween costume, and it's looking like something else, but it's still that. So it's like, will you really identify the patterns? So you completed stage 1 of the lesson. Now you're being called to identify the patterns that led you to make those choices in the past in the first place. Should I sell my house and move to Georgia for a new job opportunity? Should I sell my house and move to Georgia for a new job opportunity? I would say if the only thing holding you back is that you feel like somebody else needs you, or somebody else is depending on you, unless it's like a child or something, or like a parent, it's like, don't hold yourself back because of what other people think. It feels like that's the factor that's making you question this. It does feel like there's fulfillment in that direction, but it's not going to be easy. There's going to be some almost like buyer's remorse for a minute, but it feels like it'll ease out. So I feel like it's a good decision, but needing to get very clear about knowing what you're leaving behind and being okay with that seems to be important. Should I write the book? Should I write the book? Feels like there's this message from your guides about not waiting for external circumstances to change, but just taking action in the opposite direction of what you're fearing, which is being seen. It feels like this helps you address the fear of being seen and helps show you what other self-limiting beliefs are associated with it. So I would say yes. All right, this one and one more, and then I have to get off. Should I start writing poems? Should I start writing poems? Feels like it helps you address a self-worth wound. And also there's some progress when it comes to, like, if you're writing, you need to just kind of sit with yourself and sit kind of in that quiet space. This is a victory. This is a celebration. This is why. So it's like in the quiet, in the calmness, you see a version of yourself that you don't typically get to see because you're busy. So I say it would be very beneficial for you. All right, last one, then I have to hop off. Will my sister be okay in the hospital? Will my sister be okay in the hospital? Feels like she may be there a little longer than expected, or there's some kind of home treatment that's longer than expected. It's like, I'm having trouble putting this behind me type of thing. It does feel like there's treatment and a solution offered that helps things move forward, but it's like I still have to deal with this for some time. I feel like yes, she'll be okay, but it's almost like major changes are going to be needed in lifestyle or like way of life after whatever this is. It's like after this, everything kind of changes, but I end up being able to manage it type of thing. All right, everyone, I have to go collect my child from school. Thank you, everyone, so much for being here. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Thank you to my mods for being here. Sorry, I have to rush off. I have to go grab him. Happy Thanksgiving. Goodbye.